The term role reversal could describe scenes at Lakeside Pavilion the past few days where Marble Falls ISD teachers took part in training ahead of the new school year. While instructor training is common, it is not usually led by Texas education expert Margaret Kilgo, renowned for her consultation on how to break down state curriculum and apply it to assessment tests.
She spent countless hours deconstructing the TEKS, deconstructing the test, not just last year's EOC, but also going back as many release tests that have ever been released by the state. So she's deconstructed all these different questions and then really looked at where are the most emphasized standards, where are the least emphasized standards, and where are the standards that are going to be tested. And then really aligning your curriculum back to that.
Over 4 days, teachers got the chance to hear Kilgo talk about state standards in individual subjects. The trick for instructors is applying state curriculum to the new stricter STAR and end-of-course exams, so students learn what they need to and subsequently pass the tests. Some subjects were new for end-of-course exams given last year, meaning teachers had no direction on how to prepare students.
We always needed a direction, and she has taken and made that direction so clear and done a lot of the work for you. A lot of workshops you go to, they say, you need to do this, you need to get your chores up. They might give you a few real concrete pieces of information, but not as extensive as what she does.
Marble Falls state exam scores improved in 2012 compared to last year, but the district failed the Federal Adequate Yearly Progress Standards, or AYP, along with 71.4% of districts across the state. AYP affects the amount of federal funding schools receive, which in Marble Falls' case deals the most with child nutrition. The high school was one of 7% in Texas that did meet AYP, and Penrod said Kilgo's training will help the rest of the district follow suit.
Well, Ms. Kilgo's title of her session is actually a data analysis. So she's really making data-driven decisions on where we're placing the emphasis and where we're placing the strands of those TEKS. How that aligns back to AYP we utilize just like anything else. It's a data source. So we're taking the data that we get back from AYP, analyzing it, and then seeing where those gaps are, those holes are. Once we see where the holes are, the gaps are, then we can put resources that are effective, and useful, and put them in the right areas.
For high school world geography and American history teacher David Woods, the training from Kilgo will contribute the most to those on the receiving end of the material, students.
I'm very passionate about what I teach in social studies, and I think learning this is going to help us really bring the students into this as well. They're going to buy in, and Marble Falls is taking those steps to do that. And we could just go on the status quo and on and on and on, but we want the very best for our kids here in this community.
Adam Troxtel, Highland Lakes News.